Wherever you are in the world, happy Sunday. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. But because Monday morning is clearly approaching, you should know what's actually going on with the market. You are well aware that Monday morning is a long way off. The end of the day on Sunday is almost here. The bulk of the day is past, but we still have a few hours left. However, we're going to look at how the market is actually responding presently. There's a lot to talk about, so just sit back, unwind, and take in the performance. Even though XRP is currently trading at 2.9, it is actually trading at 2.10. Although it lags somewhat behind CoinGecko, we're down roughly 0.5% in Bitcoin relative to the 24-hour trading volume at roughly 1.5 billion and the valuation back above 121 billion, approaching $122 billion. As always, though, let me give you all a brief disclaimer before we continue. When it comes to investing in cryptocurrency, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own research and due diligence. Are you optimistic about cryptocurrencies? Let's look at this if you're not. As you may know, 1 in 3 of South Korea's wealthiest people currently own cryptocurrency, and they anticipate increase in virtual assets. As you may recall, indicate that the industry is maturing and that broad adoption is on the horizon. I may argue that it is already mainstream, but it is becoming mainstream. And I believe we are essentially at the mainstream level when you consider the several other digital assets that do receive permission on the ETF. Of all, we are insignificant in comparison to something like the stock market, but that's where the real thrill begins. However, in the future, $10 trillion, according to the CEO Charles Schwab, intends to introduce spot cryptocurrency trading over the next 12 months. For those who do not know, Charles Schwab is a financial services firm. Here it is all of this is beginning to take place, and I believe you will see further financial services businesses and possibly even corporations outside of the United States, such as in Canada. As we all know, Canada is holding an election. In light of that, perhaps they will have greater clarity regarding the digital asset industry as well. Naturally, you're also aware on a worldwide scale. However, this truly helps you comprehend the path we're actually taking with the topics we discussed a few months ago. How will cryptocurrency actually be handled under the Trump administration? As you recall, we used to talk about things that are actually happening. That's hardly the most thrilling thing, but please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Guys, have a look at this. As you are aware, the top 10 performing assets since 2023 are clearly color-coded. This chart is obviously color-coded, however, it may be a little difficult to read. You are aware that purple is XRP. You can see for yourself how well XRP is holding, guys. If I'm not mistaken, you can see how XRP has held, and it is a top performer. I'm sorry, but I think BTC is a little bit higher than XRP, but XRP is just the second behind that. So it really shows you, of course, on Bitstamp, your BTC is orange, DSSOL, whatever the case is, and the ones that have been going crazy. And even if we're looking over the last 2 years, it only took a few months for XRP to reach its current values. Naturally, that is quite thrilling to witness, and many people overlook it, but you don't want to be overlooking the fact that XRP net flows have leveled out, hovering just above the battle line. When you're examining the price of XRP going forward, the price will be triggered by volume. And have a look at this, it's very fascinating. I just wanted to share this with you guys before you discuss the cost. Look, a full-scale cryptocurrency derivatives exchange is being wired directly onto the XRPL ledger by Bitstamp and Robinhood. Every month, global cryptocurrency derivatives already surpass $4.8 trillion. That represents 70% of the total volume of digital assets. 1% of the flow is equivalent to 1 to 2 billion deals every day. Push through XRPL in a matter of seconds, Each contract settles on the chain, burning extra dust, increasing liquidity, and giving more than 15 million Robinhood users round-the-clock leverage. Even this tiny portion of cryptocurrency can generate 20 times more appeal activity overnight and provide a new revenue stream for both platforms, even though the traditional derivatives market may be worth 700 trillion. Examine the startup window. At this point, more appeal might enter the primary stage of the wall screen. And once more, this is just one of the numerous instances of what may transpire with the more PL ledger, and you are aware of the individuals who are already examining the additional PL ledger, Do you currently know the pioneers? However, let's examine what is going on with the price in terms of dominance. As you're aware, yesterday we dropped to 63 and 6%. It is currently flourishing and rising. Why, folks, is that the case now that Bitcoin has exploded? Yes, that is what we have heard. We actually shuttered Bitcoin after it eventually broke above $86,000. The daily candle will actually close above this 86K area. We've been discussing this 86K area a lot, and it's great to see that we finally broken out. The weekend issue must, of course, remain in context. Of course, many individuals have a tendency to forget that it's still the weekend. More manipulation than normal on the weekends. Although SME futures are closed, this is a really lovely move. Is there manipulation going on, or do insiders have knowledge? We are retesting some of the levels we haven't seen since the beginning of this month because we have broken out. So far, so good. We'll wait and see. I hope we stay above 86K. However, if you're looking at XRP back into the 38.2, we were temporarily below it, but it has since broken out above and we're retesting $2.12. Over the past 4 days, we haven't seen some of the levels. And in my opinion, if this can break out, XRP might recover back up to this range at around $2.20, which would be fantastic to witness. Let me know what you people think below, though, one step at a time. We'll see you at Crypto CX later. Goodbye.